Shalom, y'all. Quick video. I want to touch on the fear of God and how it's not in the earth today. And fear is what causes you to obey. Fear is what causes you to obey the Lord. Fear is what causes children to obey their parents. Fear is what causes dogs and animals to obey humans. And fear should be what causes women as well to obey their husbands. Fear is healthy. It's something called a healthy fear, and that healthy fear is understanding order, understanding you're not in control of everything, and that if you step outside of your order or outside of your place, that there is an order or an authority above you that's going to put you back in your place. And that's a healthy thing for everyone to have. Every single person on earth. God created this fear to keep people in obedience, to keep people disciplined. So I'm going to throw a couple scriptures at you. Hopefully that'll help you understand the fear of the Lord and how important it is. And also where you could be able to tell if somebody else fears the Lord or they don't fear the Lord. Because a lot of people will say they fear God and talk like they fear God, but the Lord gave us actions and definitions to be able to tell if they just trying to run game on us or not. So let's go ahead and get into it. All right, first one, Proverbs 25 and 14. And yes, you're going to see they're going to be on the screen the whole time. Hopefully y'all can pay attention to the one I'm on. But Proverbs 25:14, it says, "The secret of the Lord is with them that fear him, and he will show them his covenant." So one thing we can easily see here is that everybody don't have the secret of the Lord. We know the gospel is also called a mystery. Salvation also called a mystery. There's a secret. There's things about salvation that a lot of people really don't understand. It all goes back to order. Every single person on this earth will be saved in order. You have to be in the order of the Most High, meaning the Father, Christ, the man, the Hebrew woman, the child, and the heathen are under the man and the Hebrew woman. All right? If you're not trying to be under authority, under a man under authority, yeah, the Bible's not for you, because every single person have to be under authority. And every man on this earth, a Hebrew man, is under the authority of Christ. So even if you feel like, you don't have nobody around you, well, these laws is going to govern you. These laws are supposed to be able to, control your life and keep it on a straight and narrow path. But again, you have to fear doing wrong. You have to fear the discipline that comes from not being in order. So just understand, if somebody fears the Lord, their actions is going to show it. Okay, don't let anybody just run game on you, just tell you anything. If somebody fears God, their actions are going to display it. All right, so I'm going to move on. It says, Ecclesiasticus 19 and 18, "The fear of the Lord is the first step to be accepted of him." That's the first step. This is literally the part where you have to start. Like, you can't go anywhere else. You got to start right here, understanding, okay, if I don't do something God say, he going to punish me. That's what the fear is. Understanding that you have to be obedient to God, or he's going to do something in your life that's going to make your life horrible, miserable. If we do right, he makes our life peaceful. Takes all of the wicked things out of our life and makes it peaceful for us. But if we don't want to listen to him, we don't fear him, then obviously the curses come. All right, I'm going to read it again. It said, "The fear of the Lord is the first step to be accepted of him, and wisdom obtaineth his love. Wisdom obtaineth his love. And see, they'll tell you that God loves everybody. But we know Proverbs, what was that? Proverbs 8, it tell you that I love them that love me. Christ said he only loved them that love him. And the way we show our love is the same way we show our fear, with obedience. All right? So he said, I only love the ones that love me. Please don't ever get him confused to just somebody just going to keep loving somebody that's completely out of order and disobedient. Christ does not love you when you're completely out of order and disobedient. Neither does his servants. All right? This Ecclesiasticus 25:12. It says, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of his love, and faith is the beginning of cleaving unto him. This is, again, we at the beginning. We have to understand that the base package, like what we have to do to get in the door. Because a lot of people are working on a whole nother facade and image of themselves and never focusing on actually fearing God, showing fear towards God. They focusing on showing you a certain image, showing you a certain person that they're really not a lot of the times. But the truth of the matter is we have to fear God. We have to show that fear in our day-to-day lives. Other people should be able to tell that we fear God. It shouldn't be like, oh, no, he might fear God, he might not. No, you should be able to tell. It should be in your walk. It should be in your ways. Read it again. It said, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of his love, and faith is the beginning of cleaving unto him. You got to believe that he is the Lord. You got to believe that he is the Father in heaven and that he can save you out of your troubles. You got to trust in him. This is the beginning, giving yourself over to him. I understand you can't do it without doing it the way he said do it. He said the fear of him is the beginning. Let's start there. All right. Proverbs 1:7. It says, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. So the fear of the Lord is the beginning of love and the beginning of being accepted of him. And also it's telling you it's the beginning of knowledge. So people that don't fear the Lord understand they don't have any real knowledge. They may have memorized a couple things in a book or two here and there. That doesn't actually equal out to knowledge when it comes to the Bible. The Bible very specific on knowledge, and you have to obtain it through the fear of the Lord and keeping his commandments, which we're going to get to real soon. So I said the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. You see somebody that's despising the wisdom and the instruction of the Bible, this is not somebody that you need to be around. It's not somebody that you need to be making excuses for or trying to help or trying to do anything. We know this, Ecclesiasticus tell us not to help a sinner. So we see people that don't fear God, we can warn them, of course, but definitely want to separate yourself from them. This is Ecclesiasticus 2:15. It says, they that fear the Lord will not disobey his word. All right, there you go right there. It all come back to the commandments at the end of the day. He said, they that fear the Lord will not disobey his word. All right, if you have any questions about if somebody fear God, go ahead and read them some scriptures and commandments. You'll find out real quick what you're dealing with. You'll find out if you're dealing with somebody that fear God or not. Somebody that care more about their feelings in this world than God. You'll find that out real quick. So he said, they that fear the Lord will not disobey his word, and they that love him will keep his ways. So it's showing you it's the same actions To show your fear is to show your love. You obeying him, keeping his ways. You're not going by the ways of the world or what the world said was right and wrong. You're going by him, his right and wrong. And you're not allowing your friends or anybody that was in the world before, you're not allowing these people to pull you into the world, I should say. It says, they that fear the Lord will seek that which is well pleasing unto him. So they looking for the things, going through the scriptures, seeing where they can get better, going through videos, seeing where they can get better, trying to better themselves. These are the things that show your fear for God, show that you understand you have to get better. This is meekness, this is humble, this is what you need to be aiming for. But he's saying the ones that fear the Lord, they're going to be searching for these things. They're going to be searching to be more humble, to be more pleasing unto the Lord. It says, and they that love him shall be filled with the law. I understand that you got to be filled with God's laws. Well, that's the only thing that's right. That's the only thing that makes sense to you. Because this world, as soon as you close that book, this world is on attack, throwing all kind of suggestions at you to make you forget God. All right? But he's telling you, if you love him, you're going to be filled with his laws. You're not going to forget his laws. This is how you show love to the Lord. Everybody say, I love God, I love God. And then the Bible is telling you clearly how to love him, but you don't want to actually display that. That's crazy. You can't say that you love the Lord and not show love towards him. That's just going to get you an ass whooping. Just in case y'all don't know. All right, again, there's a reason to fear him. All right, Ecclesiasticus chapter 10, verse 9. It says, they that fear the Lord are a sure seed, and they that love him an honorable plant. They that regard not the law are a dishonorable seed. They that transgress the commandments are a deceivable seed. The Bible's so specific. Like you really can't mess it up. It's really just you have to have the precepts. And that's why I say, through thy precepts I get understanding. I mean, it's just right there. Perfectly aligned. Perfectly aligned, just where you cannot misunderstand it. As long as you have the precepts. He being real clear here. It says, they that fear the Lord are a sure seed. The ones that fear and show their fear, these are a sure seed. And they that love him are an honorable plant. Meaning these is good people to have around you. These are stand-up people. They say they that regard not the law. See, they telling you there that that's how you don't show fear towards the Lord. It's by not regarding what he tell you to do, making it seem like you don't have to do it. Those are the ones that don't fear God. Those are the ones that don't love God. The ones that think it's okay to go off and break wedlock and break marriage, they don't love God. The ones that think it's okay to just go and sin it up any day, all day, and just be out in the streets doing whatever, they don't love God. See, he making a distinction so you can't get confused. So he said, they that fear the Lord are sure seed, and they that love him are an honorable plant. They that regard not the law are a dishonorable seed, and they that transgress the commandments, this is sin, are a deceivable seed. The ones going against the things that clearly are being told to them in the scriptures that they clearly see, and they going against it anyway, this is a deceivable seed. You don't want that around you. You don't want nobody around you that's deceptive, that'll act one way but really feel another way. That's deception. All right, the ones that don't follow God's commandments, these are the deceivable seeds. Understand that. Psalms 111 verse 10. It says the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, which we already went through earlier about it being the beginning of knowledge. All right, we have to understand knowledge and wisdom, two different things. But we have to understand that the fear of God is what gives us both. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. A good understanding have all they that do his commandments. Do. Not talk about, not act like, no, actually do his commandments. Those are the ones that have a good understanding. The ones that don't, the ones that say that we don't have to keep God's commandments, that we already saved through grace, that's a deceivable seed. They're transgressing the covenant and they do not know him. Remember, he said, he that say I know him and keep not the commandments is a liar. And when that day come when he said, many have said I've done this and I've done that, he gonna say, depart from me, I never knew you. Why? Because you didn't keep the laws. All right, it's real simple. But we got so many people out here trying to mud the waters up. That's why we have to stay diligent in this thing and do our best to try to remind people that if you really fear God, you can only show him that by obedience, by doing his commandments, by not sinning. Because sin is the transgression of God's laws. All right, understand that sin is breaking his laws. Sin is disobedience. They are the same thing. All right. Where I'm at? Verse 10, it said, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and a good understanding have all they that do his commandments. His praise endureth forever. 2 Ezra 16:10, he shall cast lightnings, and who shall not fear? He shall thunder, and who shall not be afraid? See, we forget who we dealing with. You know, these movies make us seem like we a little stronger and a little bit more powerful than what we are. And, you know, even the mention of Mother Nature is an automatic, it's automatic confusion to people. You hear Mother Nature, you thinking soft and cuddly. You know, she's going to take care of us and this and that and treat us like this. And that. We have a Father Nature, okay? He's the disciplinary form. That's what he is. And Father Nature will cast lightnings on your behind. Understand that. He is the one that makes it thunder. He is the one that causes earthquakes. He is the one that sends tornadoes. He's the one that sends hurricanes. But we playing with him like he the white boy on the wall in the Christian church. We in the truth playing with him like he's still the white boy. He was never the white boy, but in our minds, we thought he was this soft, cuddly white boy or so-called Mother Nature. He casts lightnings. He shall cast lightnings, and who shall not fear? You gonna fear him, or you gonna get something put on your behind. It's either gonna be now or it's gonna be later if you do not take heed to the warning. He shall cast lightnings, and who shall not fear? He shall thunder, and who shall not be afraid? Also, people think they hard out here. The Lord telling them to do something, and they not afraid of him? He looking like, okay, I got you. Don't worry. Understand, you will fear the Lord. You will display your fear towards him. And if you won't, in this time, know for certain you will spend the eternity in chains, in slavery. Proverbs 16:6, it says, by mercy and truth, iniquity is purged, and by the fear of the Lord, men depart from evil. By you understanding that there's a judgment for your evil ways, that's how you depart from it. You don't just depart because you want to. Why? Because sin feels good in this society. They done made evil feel so good in this society. But it's the thought of the discipline that you could receive, or the discipline that you already receiving, that's going to cause a man to depart from his evil ways. He said, by the fear of the Lord, men depart from it. They like, look, I'm done with evil. I'm done sinning, man. I'm tired of getting my ass whooped by God. I'm tired of that's what he is provoking you to do with the discipline. Make you stop. Same way when your child don't listen, you provoke them to make them stop by spanking them, by popping them on the hand, popping them on the behind. That's how you get them to stop. You're provoking them to fear you. So where next time you can tell them to stop and they stop, rather than you having to completely continue to discipline them all day and night. Your words then discipline them. Just like the words of God discipline us, keep us in line. But once we fall out of that, he got to physically discipline us. All right? The Lord is not this soft dude y'all got in y'all head, man. Discipline is in everything. Understand that. Proverbs 23:17. It says, let not thine heart envy sinners. Let not thine heart envy sinners, but be thou in the fear of the Lord all the day long. All the day long, you should be thinking about the fear of God. You should be thinking about his power and thinking about the things that he's done, because that's going to keep you from breaking his laws. All right, these so-called superheroes on TV, they can't do any of the things that they portrayed to do. Everything you see in the Bible, the Most High can do, Christ can do, the angels can do, under the order of the Father and the Son. All of these things. We talking about real life superpowers. I'm talking about real life power. But we don't want to fear him. We want to act like he just any old God. Like he a false God or something. No, again, he flooded the whole earth, man. This is not some soft dude. And if you will not obey him, there is a price to pay. Understand that. So it said, let not that heart envy sinners. Don't sit there and be like, oh, well, they getting it in. She got the bag over there. All she had to do was show her ass on OnlyFans. And you sitting there envying the sinner. The Lord said, do not do that, because they in sin. Don't get it twisted. They gonna get theirs. They're doing their job now on the left-hand side, because the Lord has sold them over to it when they gave themselves over to it. And that's what the Lord do. You want to give yourself to something, he'll make you fall off into it and get lost into it, because you chose not to follow him. You chose a way that you thought was better than his laws, which order your life, which govern your life and keep you in a safe way, in a safe place. You thought you knew better. That means you did not fear him. And you looking at other people's lives and seeing other people's lives thinking, well, I should be able to have that, or I should be able to do this and that. This person ain't better than me. That person ain't better than me. Not understanding these people are being set up for destruction. You want to join? You jump your behind off in there if you want to, and you're going to join them. Let not thine heart envy sinners, but be thou in the fear of the Lord all the day long. All right? All day long. Don't ever get to the point where you like, well, I ain't worried about what God said. Nah. All the day long. Psalms 85 verse 9. It says, surely his salvation is nigh them that fear him, that glory may dwell in our land. So he says, surely his salvation is near them that fear him. It's not near everybody. It's near the people that fear him and display their fear. They're not ashamed to show that they fear God. They're not ashamed to say, I'm scared of what God will do to me. I'm scared to get my ass whooped by God. They're not ashamed to say that. Salvation is closer to them as long as they stay in line and keep his commandments. And the faith, of course. He said, surely his salvation is nigh them that fear him, that glory may dwell in our land. This is Psalms 103, verse 11. For as the heaven is high above the earth, so great is his mercy toward them that fear him. All right, just as high as the heavens is, he's telling you that's how great his mercy is towards them that fear him, them that actually show that they fear God. Yeah, this could be people that have messed up in their life and then completely turning their life over. They showing that they fear him. His mercy gonna be great to all the things that they did in the past because they gave their life over to him. And they're showing fear. They're showing that they fear him doing something to them for their disobedience. All right. Verse 13, it says, like as a father pitieth his children, so the Lord pitieth them that fear him. Over and over. Y'all know how we get down. We're going to put a bunch of precepts to prove that one point. All right, he's telling you very clearly, if you want to be treated like his child, you might want to fear him. You can't say, I'm God's child, but I don't fear God. Why would I need to fear God? I be hearing people say that. I don't need to fear him. I just need to love him. No, you need to fear him. He telling you, fear him. You want to come up with your own relationship with him. He telling you to fear him. That's how you have a relationship with him. If you can't do that, he don't want the relationship that you want with him. He wants you to treat him how he want to be treated. Understand that. Verse 17, it says, but the mercy of the Lord is from everlasting to everlasting upon them that fear him, and righteousness unto children's children, to such as keep his covenant, to those that remember his commandments to do them. I'm going to read it again. It says, but the mercy of the Lord is from everlasting to everlasting upon them that fear him. The mercy of the Lord is upon them that fear him, and his righteousness unto children's children. You want to get your children blessed? Show fear towards God. When you stop showing fear towards God, that's when your children are in danger. All right? Verse 18, to such as keep his covenant, and to those that remember his commandments to do them. Not to look at them on a piece of paper, not to talk about them in 50 videos. No, we actually have to do his commandments or he gets mad. All right? It's not love. No, you have to do his commandments or he gets mad. And when he gets mad, he gets to putting something on people behinds. That's the God we serve. All right. Luke chapter 1, verse 49. It says, for he that is mighty hath done to me great things, and holy is his name. And his mercy is on them that fear him from generation to generation. That means forever. From generation to generation, the Lord said he's showing mercy to those that fear him. He has control of everything. But once you show your fear towards him, now he's going to bless you. Now he's showing mercy towards you. We got to get that. We got to get that, Israel. Deuteronomy 6 and 24. It says, and the Lord commanded us to do all these statutes, to fear the Lord our God for our good always, that he might preserve us alive as it is this day. Understand, he's the one that's controlling whether you're going to be alive or not. He's the one that's preserving your life. You got a lot of audacity to not show him no fear when he's the one keeping you alive. He's the one protecting you. That's like having somebody that's protecting you, but you not showing no respect towards them. That's what it's like. They sitting there protecting you with their life, but you not showing no respect. Understand that there's a payment for this, man. You can't just do this. You can't just go out and do what the hell you want to do and live life how you want. No, you have to show fear towards God in order for him to preserve your life. I'm going to read it again. It said, and the Lord commanded us to do all these statutes, to fear the Lord our God for our good always, that he might preserve us alive as it is this day. 1 Samuel 12:23, it says, moreover, as for me, God forbid that I should sin against the Lord in ceasing to pray for you. But I will teach you the good and the right way. Only fear the Lord and serve him in truth with all your heart. Not for money, with all your heart. All right, that's another thing. A lot of our people they fall into, only wanting to say the things that people want to hear so they can get donations or so people can continue to send them money. Well, guess what? The Lord see you and the Lord hear you. So he said, only fear the Lord and serve him in truth. Meaning feed people truth, not what they want to hear. With all your heart. For consider how great things he have done for you. Hold on. Some coffee. He said, only fear the Lord and serve him in truth with all your heart. For consider how great things he have done for you. The Lord just wants you to be appreciative, man. The Lord wants you to show your appreciation, and that comes with you showing that you fear him. The Lord's saying, consider how great things he have done for you, man. Consider that. Understand the blessings that you have in your life wouldn't be there without him. And appreciate him. If not, I'm telling you, that left side is wide open still for everybody to jump off in. There's plenty of room over there. All right, Psalms 33:18, it says, behold, the eye of the Lord is upon them that fear him, upon them that hope in his mercy. See, a lot of people not really hoping for his mercy. They think they good. They think they straight. No, we hoping for his mercy. We hoping that he have mercy on us and that we've done enough works to where our sins can be wiped out. That's what our hope is for. And that's what we're trying to get everybody to turn their minds to hoping for God's mercy. Not to thinking that you're already straight. That's pride. It's hoping for his mercy, hoping that you can be a part of the glory that's to come. But you have to fear him. The fear shows that. Job 28:28. And unto man he said, behold, the fear of the Lord, that is wisdom. And to depart from evil is understanding. That's an easy way to put it right there. He said, the fear of the Lord, oh, that's wisdom right there. That's what that is. You fear God? Oh, yeah, you done smartened up. Your youngster come to you, start talking about God. You're like, oh, he's starting to smarten up. He ain't talking about all these clubs no more. He ain't talking about trying to go dancing with these females and all that. He talking about the Lord. He talking about fearing God and what God could do to him for his mistakes. It say, that is wisdom. And to depart from evil is understanding. To leave off from evil is showing that you have understanding. When people stay on evil is showing that they have no understanding. When you know to do right but you choose to do wrong, is showing you don't have any understanding. Yeah, you can know to do right and not have any understanding. Yeah. But when you do fear God, you will depart from evil. This is just basics. This is 1 + 1 = 2. You fear God, you're going to depart from evil. You see a lion and you start walking by the lion, or you start walking in an area where the lion, you're going to go the other way because you fear the lion. You're not going to walk right in front of the lion. You're going to go as far away from the lion as you possibly can. That's just regular 1 + 1 = 2. So in the same way, if you fear God, you should be walking far away from sin, as far as you possibly can. You see sin on one side of the street, you should be crossing the street to get away from sin. Going far away from sin because of the respect and love and fear that you have for the Lord. This is Psalms chapter 33, verse 8. It says, let all the earth fear the Lord, and let all the inhabitants of the world stand in awe of him. The Lord said, everybody. There ain't nobody he missed right here. He said, let all the earth fear the Lord. That's everybody. Let all the inhabitants of the world stand in awe of him. Nobody gonna have an excuse to say, well, I didn't know we had to fear God. The script that's the bestseller on the planet every single year, that book told you to fear him. You can't tell me you couldn't get a hold of this book. This book is the bestseller every single year on the planet for a reason. Because it's a spiritual thing. He made it that way. He making it to where you don't have an excuse. Everybody has the pamphlet. Everybody has the manual to success. Like Joshua 1:8 says, the manual to success is keeping God's commandments. Keeping the commandments of the Heavenly Father. That's the manual to success. Deuteronomy 8:5, it says, thou shalt also consider in thine heart that as a man chasteneth his son, so the Lord thy God chasteneth thee. So the same way a man disciplines his son is the same way the Lord is dealing with you. Understand that. The same way, brothers, that you deal with your son while you sitting there looking at him do stupid stuff like, boy, stop doing this. What the hell is up? The same way you sitting there looking at the foolish things that the Lord is sitting here looking at the foolish things that you're doing and telling you to stop it. He gave you a whole pamphlet telling you to stop. Whole book. And every time you don't show the fear, every time you disobey him, there's something that happens in your life. Whether you get in a car accident, whether a loved one gets hurt, or whether you might get hit in the head with something, you might get shot. It's different ways. The Lord have many different ways of vengeance. You might get bit by a dog. You might get bit by a shark. All these ways is different ways that the Lord have for him to keep you in line. But when you're not recognizing the discipline, you're going to just keep on doing crazy stuff. This discipline the Lord has, he can discipline in every single way. All right? This is why we're supposed to fear him. He said, thou shalt also consider in thy heart that as a man chasteneth his son, so the Lord thy God chasteneth thee. Therefore thou shalt keep the commandments of the Lord thy God, to walk in his ways and to fear him. He's saying, look, same way you expect your son to fear you, because he said, I deal with you like you deal with your son. He said the same way you expect him to fear and obey you, he expects you to fear and obey him. And you look like a hypocrite even telling your child to fear and obey you and listen to you when you won't fear and obey your Father, the Heavenly Father. You look crazy. Not in America, of course, but to the angels, to Christ, to the Most High, and to the men of the Lord, you look crazy. Where we at? Psalms 31 and 19. It says, "Oh, how great is thy goodness, which thou hast laid up for them that fear thee. How great is thy goodness, which thou hast laid up for them that fear thee." This is a beautiful thing that the Lord has this laid up for us. That we have an opportunity for goodness, for blessings, for glory by showing humility and fear and respect towards the Creator, towards the one that created us. I mean, how easy is it for you to just be respectful to the one that created you, the one that gives you everything, give you the air to breathe, give you time on earth? It should not be hard to show appreciation to someone like that, unless you don't understand he is responsible for these things. And that's where a lot of it come down to. A lot of people have completely forgotten the fact that God is responsible for things in their life. They think that they're responsible. They think that they get it all on their own. But clearly we know the blessings and the mercy comes from the Most High. And if we do not stay in order with him, we will not receive the blessings and the mercies that we are praying to him for. Those that sell their soul, those that choose the ways of the devil, they are blessed by the devil. Yes, the devil has a job to do. But those that are calling out to the Lord and doing their best to try to serve the Most High, but their actions are not lining up, they're not going to receive these blessings because they're not actually doing the will of the Lord. You see, in America, they can say, "Oh, I'm doing my best." No, you're not, because it would show in your actions. It would literally show in your day-to-day actions if you fear God. It shows on how you talk to people. It shows on where you go. It shows by what you eat. It shows how you deal with your children. It shows how you deal with your wife. It shows how you deal with your husband. These are clear things you could tell if somebody fear God or not, to where you don't have to do no guesswork. Psalms 119 verse 63. Hold on, did I finish that? Now let me finish that. "Oh, how great is thy goodness, which thou hast laid up for them that fear thee, which thou hast wrought for them that trust in thee before the sons of men." So you have to show that trust in the Lord before everybody. Everybody have to see this. Everybody be like, "Well, I don't have to. That's between me and God. Nobody got to see." That's not how it works. Because you have to show that love towards the Most High. You have to show that towards your brother. Women, that love that you have towards Christ and the Most High, you have to show that towards your husband. So this is something that's going to be able to be seen by everybody. Just understand that. Psalms 119 verse 63, it says, "I am a companion of all them that fear thee." I am a companion of all them that fear thee, and of them that keep thy precepts. These are the ones that you should have around you, the ones that fear God and show their fear, because these are the ones that you could trust. These are the ones not going to screw you over. These are the ones not going to come in your house and be looking all up sideways at your wife. These are the ones that you can actually have in your life as a trusted brother, a trusted companion. You can't have it in your life. You can't have people in your life that don't fear God, because they wishy-washy. They one way this day, they another way the next day, because they don't understand the fear of the Lord is the same every day. So God's laws don't change because you in a bad mood. And people that understand that are good people to be around. You don't want to be around people that just move, just swing left and right just at whatever wind of anything. They just get mad and they just going off. No, that's not what you want. All right, understand, you have to have people around you that fear God, have humility, and will keep his commandments. They have to show their fear for God by the commandments. It's just what it is. So he said, I'm a companion of all them that fear thee and of them that keep thy precepts. Psalms 145 verse 19. He will fulfill the desire of them that fear him. Y'all check that out, man. You want something, hey, how about you start fearing God, showing him respect? How about you start showing him that you know he's the one that can give it to you? Show that and stop acting like you got everything on your own. Came up, that's all me. No, you did not come up, that's all you. There was a power behind you. So he said, he will fulfill the desire of them that fear him. He will also hear their cry and will save them. So when you're not keeping his commandments, like Proverbs 28:9 tell you about, if you're not keeping the commandments, you're not keeping these laws, your prayer will become an abomination to the Most High. He don't want to hear your prayer because you are not trying to do what he told you to do. He will fulfill the desires of them that fear him. He also will hear their cry and will save them. The ones that don't fear him, he's not going to hear their cry and he's not going to save them. He's not going to save them. Y'all really got to get that through y'all head. If you cannot display fear towards God, you cannot be saved. This is part of it. All right, last script. As y'all see, and appropriately, let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. There's nothing more important than keeping God's commandments. If you're doing something and it's making you go off from keeping God's commandments, that needs to change. Because nothing else is more important. Just like a woman, if she is doing something that's causing her to go off from obeying her husband's commandments, she has to stop that immediately. Because nothing else is more important than keeping your Lord's commandments. Just like it's the whole duty of man for a man to keep God's commandments, it's the whole duty of a woman for her to keep her man's commandments. Might go over a few of y'all head, but hopefully y'all checked out the other videos and y'all understand. But the Lord telling you clearly, the whole duty of man is to keep his commandments. That's the whole duty. Anything outside of that is extra. You're doing something else. For God will bring every work into judgment with every secret thing. You ain't getting away with your secret things that you think people can't see. You're not going to get away with it. The Lord sees everything. His eyes are 10 times brighter, 10,000 times brighter than the sun. He sees everything. For God shall bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil. And all of those things will be judged according to the word of God. That's why Isaiah 5:20 says, woe unto them that call evil good and good evil. The Lord has already set a standard. By you showing your fear towards him, this is the only way that you can be saved. The standard has to be met. That standard is to fear God and keep his commandments. This is the whole duty of man. Shalom.